Hey, yo, everyone, Andrew here, bringing you another video review. I am back, healthy, happy, and ready to go. Yes, I apologize for the past few weeks. I have been sick, and I just haven't had time on hands with work and various other responsibilities that I've had. So now that I'm healthy, and I got rid of that stomach virus that was basically kicking the shit out of me for the past week, I am ready to go and talk about some comic books. So let's not waste any time. Let's summon the comic books. Oh, there they are. So here's the comic load for the week. And we're going to start where we always start with just a little bit of Batman in our life with Detective Comics, issue number 30. We hit 30 issues already of the new 52. It's crazy to think about it. I know this isn't the first week that we hit 30 issues, it's just reflecting on it with Detective Comics really brings it into perspective. But you know what's really great about this issue of Detective Comics? It's the start of Francis Manapul and Brian Buccellato, the Boosh, jumping on to Batman and Detective Comics with a brand new look, a brand new feel, and a brand new story arc. Now, this story arc takes elements from the Zero Year comic or tie in that they had with the Flash, with the drug known as Icarus. And basically, Batman is in Gotham, and a new family come into Gotham to help out Wayne Industries and help rebuild the foundations of Gotham. Something that Bruce Wayne has been trying to do for the past 6 years. Because again, Batman's only been around for 6 years. Although he has a 10-year-old son who's dead, so you try to figure that one out. Oh, comic books. Anyways, not as all as it seems because it looks like a lot of bad is going on in Gotham. In particular, the resurgence of the drug Icarus, and it takes someone who could possibly close to the Batman. Good, bad, whether or not you should get it. Good. First and foremost is I was a little curious to see how the transition art-wise was going to be for not just art but color for Batman with this creative team, and it works out great. This is a very visual comic. It's very stunning. It has a lot of good look to it. The action scenes are very well done. The dialogue is handled very nicely, and there's a few references to Robin in this, which hint, hint, could we possibly have another Robin candidate in this comic? I don't know. Tragedy does strike. And the fact that it's tying into the Zero comic gives it a little bit of sense of continuity without actually being heavily weighed down by previous Batman stories. What I particularly like in this is that we do get to see some new aspects of Gotham. We get to go to Gotham's Chinatown, which I don't think we've been to in years. I think the last time we went to Gotham's Chinatown was No Man's Land? I forget. And that was a while ago. That was 14 years ago. Shit. Anyways, putting all that aside, there's really nothing bad about this issue. It was a fantastic start to what I hope to be a long tenure on Detective Comics, and I'm interested to see where this comic is going to go. 5 out of 5. Moving on, Batwing issue number 30. Batwing continues to go into the depths of Gotham to find his sister who has been abducted. Will he be able to find her, or will he have to contend with the natives down there? Good, bad, whether or not you should get it. Good. The pacing of the story is very well handled, and the fight scenes and the emotion in the fight scenes are very well executed too. What I particularly like is the inner dialogue that is done with Batwing in this. Bad is there's just some parts that I'm just bored and I don't care about, particularly where he's walking around with some of the natives in this underground city. In the underground city on the whole, I really don't give two lickings about it. Plus, Lucius Fox, which I understand is clearly distraught because his family's getting torn apart, badmouths Batman. Batman's doing everything in his power to help you out, and you badmouth the Batman. That's not cool. I'll let it slide. But on a whole, this was a decent issue. I'm curious to see what will happen after the story arc because I'm really not too invested in the whole underground Gotham thing. After Anna Nocenti's run with Catwoman going underground, I just lost all interest of secret underground societies. But hey, that's just me. 3 out of 5. Moving on to Angel and Faith, issue number 1. And I got both variant covers because I I love Angel so much. I didn't really get to talk about it, but the Buffy season 10 issue number one, which I would have reviewed if I didn't get sick and I had time, was actually a breath of fresh air for Buffy. It was a great start to this to a new story. It was very well handled. The characters were fun and some good emotional parts to it. I was very impressed by season 10's opener of Buffy, which was handled better than season 9's opener. As for Angel and Faith, with the shift of creative teams, I'm curious to see where this goes. And basically, the gist of this story, or how it starts off, is basically taking what happened in the st- last run on Angel and Faith. I wanted to say story arc, but it was story arc. Basically, part of England has become Magic Town, and Angel has to kind of mitigate and control it because Magic Town is overblown with magic. Where everywhere else, magic is very scarce. In Magic Town, it's everywhere, and it's like on HGH everywhere. It's blown up out of proportion. You cast a magic missile, really you cast meteor. So it's kind of hard to control things going on, and Angel's trying to find that balance with a shocker of a twist at the end. Good, bad, whether or not you should get it. Good. The art was surprisingly refreshing and nice. It has uh, a it does a very good job of taking the facial features of the characters from the TV show and translating them over into comics very well. So I did like that. I thought it was interesting that they took bits and pieces from Buffy season 10 issue number one in this, but not enough that you would be confused. And in addition to that, I felt as though it's a good start to what I think will be a fun kind of concept for Angel and Faith, at least for season 10. We've done the overblown apocalyptic world ending stories. And what I like about Angel and Faith is it's not about apocalyptic world ending stories. We had that with After the Fall, we had that with season 8 of Buffy. Season 9 of Angel and Faith was all about resurrecting Giles, which, to my surprise, worked out. This is about dealing with Magic Town, so let's see where it goes. I'm going to give this a 4.5 out of 5. Green Lantern issue number 30. Go big or go home. Hal Jordan tries to stop the war that's going on between the Green Lanterns and what seems to be like everyone else. And he does so in hand to hand combat using not his ring, but a blade weapon, which I believe is called a throat slasher, a throat knife. Um, yeah, basically, there's this alien group that is a neutral ground. They are like the purest form of neutrals. Oh, neutrals. With your enemies, you know where they stand. With your friends, you know where they stand. But those neutrals, you never know. What fills a man's heart with neutrality? Anyways, no more Zap Radigan stuff. Basically, they go to this neutral ship, this group of neutrals, and they have this big pit fight. The winner basically can end the war. However, it doesn't quite work out the way Hal Jordan wants it to work out. Good, bad, whether or not you should get it. Good. There's some emotional and tough spots in this, particularly the eulogy for Kyle Rayner. I was very touched. It's a shame it doesn't really mean shit because Kyle Rayner is still alive, but it just shows you how heavy things have gotten in the Green Lantern universe and how much loss it has been for Hal Jordan. The art was very, very nice. A unique, different stylized art, which almost had, I don't know, I wanted to feel like an early 2000s look to it, but maybe that was just me. Maybe that's a horrible way of describing it. And the pacing was good. Bad as the ending was confusing and not confusing, but it was a bad way to end the comic. So, putting that aside, 4 out of 5, Green Lantern, a solid read this month. Captain America issue number 19. Yeah, I still have to go see Captain America, the Winter Soldier. I haven't had a chance to. Basically, Cap is pissed. Shield agents have been killed left and right. And he wants to take down this Iron Nail and Dr. Mind Bubble, is it? He's just absolutely livid and rip shit. And he will go to no end to end this war. And it's basically the Iron Nail versus Captain America. Good, bad, whether or not you should get it. The inner dialogue for Captain America was very nicely handled. And what I like about Cap is, while he is a superhero and he sets himself to a higher degree, he's not opposed to killing if necessary. I mean, geez, this guy was in World War II. I mean, he's seen a lot of shit. But he's a soldier first and foremost too. So he has a unique code of conduct when it comes down to that. I liked that we actually got a battle between the Iron Nail and Captain America. And I don't know if this character has been around for a long time or this just his reintroduction into the Marvel Universe, whatever the case may be. It was a fun fight, and I'm actually having that character grow on me. Doctor Mind Bubble, or Professor Mind Bubble, or whatever the Mind Bubble is, still don't really care for him. Bad, there wasn't really enough Jet in this, and I would have liked to see more of her, especially the Falcon too. I felt as though those characters are tied integrally into Captain America in some way, shape, or form. The Falcon has been crossing over with Caps for a long time, and Jet has been an integral part to Captain America since the start of this run. I would have liked to see more of them in this. But hey, that's neither here nor there. This still gets a 4 out of 5. Pick it up. Like I said, I'm going to have to see the Winter Soldier movie because people are saying it's pretty darn good. Phantom Stranger, issue number 18. So basically, Dr. Light shows up out of nowhere and starts tormenting Superman because Superman did kind of kill him. I mean, it wasn't Superman's fault, but Superman did kind of kill him. Heat vision is heat vision, people. So he starts tormenting Superman and making Superman want to basically almost commit suicide. But Phantom Strange is like, hell to the nose. I may be a terrible person in my life, but Superman, that's fucking Superman. He is like the savior of the world. We can't allow him to get consumed by darkness. So it's basically Phantom Stranger helping out Superman deal with the stages of grief. Oddly enough, this is set after Forever Evil, which Forever Evil I think was supposed to end this month, but it got pushed back. So that's why some of the titles are a little odd. So well, Superman is out of Firestorm. Spoilers. But yeah, good, bad, whether or not you should get it. Good is it's nice to see Superman deal with having killed Phantom Stranger, not Phantom Stranger, Dr. Light, and more so over, it's a nice twist to see who the person behind Dr. Light coming out and attacking Superman actually was. The art was, I think, great for Phantom Stranger, and although Superman looked. Actually, I didn't mind how Superman looked, but although it wasn't traditional comic book art for Superman, it still was good. Pacing was well done, and it's a nice resolution comic of sorts for some of the story arcs. Bad, none. Phantom Stranger. Love this comic. Get it. Got it. Good. 5 out of 5. Swamp Thing issue number 30. You want to talk about a comic that's just really interesting? It's Swamp Thing. So Swamp Thing had been working with the Serene, or Cyrene, I hope I'm saying that right. Basically, it's a cult dedicated to the Swamp Thing, or the Avatar of the Green, but we find out that they're not actually who they say they are, steal Swamp Thing's body, and now he has to work with Vandal Savage to get it back. Yeah, Vandal Savage. Good, bad, whether or not you should get it. To be honest, I'm gonna get straight to the point. This is gonna be a 5 out of 5 because the art is good, the pacing is good, the dialogue is good, there's some action in this is pretty good, and the ending it leaves you wanting more. It does everything a comic should, and boy, oh boy, Charles Soule, he's just doing everything. Do you know he's a lawyer on his like part time? Or full time lawyer on his spare time. That's crazy. So Swamp Thing, definitely a pickup. Pick up the previous issues so that you can kind of get the story arc started, but it's a good jump on point. Moving on, Red Sonja issue number 8. Talk about jump on points. Number 8 is a great jump on point for people. It's almost like a self-contained story. Red Sonja is out to get the beast tamer, the master of beasts, the individual who is able to tame any beast, and she's working with a cook to do so. However, like all things with Red Sonja, doesn't go the way she wants it to. So unfortunately, she has to fight for her life in the pit of beasts. Will Red Sonja come up on top, or will unfortunately her mission fail and she has to go into hiding? Good, bad and whether or not you should get it. Good. The art is just so well done in this, and it's. I think the thing about the art is it's a great art for Sonya. I think everyone's proportioned differently. Everyone has different phases. Everyone has a different look. But Sonya herself just has that right mixture of exotic beauty, while complete badass gonna tear you in two. Dialogue was smooth as it can be. There was no inner dialogue. At least, no, there was inner dialogue. I apologize. It just wasn't as heavy as we usually get with Sonya. But the dialogue was very smooth. The story was self-contained, so it's a great jump-on point for Sonya fans or people that want to get into Sonya. And yeah, everything about this comic is just great. Gal Simone's taken this character, given her a breath of fresh air, some new life to her, and while at the same time changing some things. For example, one of Red Sonja's rules is that she can only lay with a man that can defeat her in combat. But I think Gal Simone kind of just throws that out the window, and Red Sonja has no problem laying with anyone. Does she lay with someone in this? We'll see. But great jump on point for people that want to get into Red Sonja right here. Start here, and then if you want to backdate and pick up the previous 7 issues, by all means, because the previous 7 issues were really good. 5 out of 5. Sticking with Red Sonja, we have what is with this Sonja run, the first one shot, Red Sonja and Cub. And the basic gist of this story is, and I really do like that cover too, is that Red Sonja has gone off into a foreign land. We can assume their world or universe version of Japan or China or basically Far East. And in this, we see a little kid running with bodyguards, and the bodyguards are killed, and Red Sonja takes her in and protects her so that she can bring her home. But we find out there's more to this little girl than may be seen. What exactly is she doing? What is her mission? I mean, what's her goal in life? So yeah, there's a little bit more to this character than you may think. Good, bad, whether or not you should get it. This is a visually stunning book. It is heavy eye candy. The art is just beautiful, and the fight scenes are tremendous, and it's visually it's just a stunning book. Actually, the only thing that I think looks a little odd is the kid at times, but other than that, it's a very visually stunning book. The dialogue is not as heavy in this as a standard Red Sonja book, so it reads very quickly. And in addition to that, the story, while simple, is great for a one shot. Bad is it does go by very quick, and I was kind of, I saved this as the last thing I was going to read. I'm like, okay, I'm going to nuzzle up and I'm going to spend a good half hour reading this. I got it done in like 10 minutes. It's a very fast read, but it's still a 5 out of 5. Sonya and Cub. Another good jump on point for people that want to get to Sonya, get the one shots. And if I remember anything from the previous Red Sonja run with Red Sonja, Queen Sonja, all those one shots were good too. So pick them up. On to some Marvel She-Hulk issue number 3. So something I wanted to bring up, I'm changing my Marvel pull list. I said that I did strap on and tried out Daredevil because everyone's saying Daredevil, Daredevil this, Daredevil that. Pick up Daredevil, and I'm like, I really don't feel like jumping on to Daredevils. But when issue number 1 came out, I said, oh, what the heck, I'll give it a chance. And I did. And you know what? I was surprised and it was good and I wanted to continue reading it. However, the thing is I have so many Marvel comics right now, more than I kind of want. So I'm going to trim some of the fat. So I'm keeping Captain America and I'm keeping Wolverine because those 2 books have been consistently good and Cap's my favorite Marvel character, and I'm gonna keep Daredevil. Those 3 are guaranteed. She-Hulk is tentatively still in there. She's on the chopping block, but not because she's bad. It's just again money. Ms. Marvel's getting dropped. Thor's getting dropped because Thor has just become boring, and then Fantastic Four is getting dropped. But She-Hulk, this issue is basically, I guess there's this guy named Christo, and again, my Marvel knowledge may escape me. Kristoff, who is the son of Doom, Victor Von Doom, but I don't think he's actually his son. I think he's either, and I did research on this and I completely forgot, a clone or memories implanted, or he was Doctor Doom for some time or whatever. In any case, he wants asylum and he wants She-Hulk to help him out with that. She-Hulk is like his last choice because he's went to like everyone else and everyone else is like, no way. But yeah, and it's basically her trying to find a way to protect him. It was a very well handled book. I did enjoy it. The art still isn't my kind of thing, so I'm gonna knock it down a little. In addition to that, I feel as though this comic, and again, Charles Soule, I feel as though this comic's scared to do action. I feel as though they try their best they can to make She-Hulk into this lawyer that is all sophisticated. I mean, she's fucking Hulk's cousin. Have her smash and have her. Let's actually see her smash. Because whenever we go into an action scene, it pans off and we just assume that She-Hulk destroys everything. Um, 3.5 out of 5. Good read. Not the best, but good read. Action Comics issue number 30. Now, this technically was supposed to be after um, Forever Evil, and it was supposed to tie in a bit, but I think they changed stuff in this because the original solicit said that. But again, Forever Evil is pushed back, Justice League is pushed back, all that fun stuff. So, anyways, Superman goes hunting for that ghost team. And by the way, this cover is just awesome. Superman goes hunting for that ghost team that, the people that can phase and hurt him. And he wants to basically say, hey, listen, why are you doing this? I'm not the enemy, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, oh, Superman, you have become the enemy because look at you. You're dangerous. You're an alien and forever evil. And look at all that stuff. While this is going on, Doomsday is in this book. And Doomsday goes through a bit of a metamorphosis. And we get a little bit of hint of what Doomsday is. Has he been in the New 52 beforehand? And poor polar bears. Doomsday absolutely destroys polar bears in this. So we get to learn a little bit more about Doomsday. Good, bad, whether or not you should get it. I really do like it, the story that's going on with these ghost soldiers. It's unique, it's different, it's new. It's not your traditional Superman stuff, but it feels Superman. And what I said before is Greg Pak. Well, I'm not a big fan of how he portrays Superman and Batman's relationship in that comic. What he does with Superman in here, I think he finds that fine line, that balance that should be found between having the traditional Superman and edgier Superman. So he does a good job at that. The art is tremendous. Bad is I felt as though the Doomsday stuff was kind of shoehorned in there, and it doesn't feel 100% genuine. But it's neither here nor there. I'm gonna give this a 4 out of 5. Green Arrow: The Others War, issue number 30. Um, book 5 of The Others War. Yeah, we've been on it for a while. The Sword Clan. Katana makes an appearance in this. Basically, it's Green Arrow, his father, Shadow, or however you pronounce her name, Katana and Magnus versus the Outsiders, which includes Onyx. Yes, Onyx, who made her New 52 appearance in Green Arrow a while ago. But while this is going on and they're fighting Komodo, Richard Dragon's going around and basically establishing himself as the head honcho of the city. And I guess Richard Dragon is now more of a bad guy than anything in the New 52, which, to be honest, I'm quite alright with because Richard Dragon was a fun character, but I don't think he was entirely all that interesting. 5 out of 5, pick it up. Green Arrow has been a great comic. Moving on to the new comic this week, Aquaman and the Others, issue number 1. So, basically, the Others, none of their talismans or special Atlantean objects are working properly unless they're around Aquaman's trident. It's losing their powers, and while this is going on, people are attacking each member of the Others and trying to, how should I say, steal the items and kill the members. And that's the basic gist of the story. What it does good is it introduces each member of the Others and what their specific powers are. And in addition to that, it does a good job at formulating a good start to a story arc, has good art, and I find these characters to be very enjoyable. So the transition from Jeff Johns onto Dan Jurgens was a good transition. Bad. I hate to say this, but this isn't as new reader friendly as you may think. While it does a good job as introducing characters, it relies heavily on you knowing who the others are from Aquaman's run. Now, Dan Jurgens does a good job at trying to bring in new readers and say, hey, this is what this person can do. This is their name. This is their past. This is what this person can do. This is what they can do. And that's great. That's all well and good. But I felt as though this is more beneficial for someone that's read Jeff Johns' Green Lantern, not Green Lantern, Aquaman run. So for someone that's read the Aquaman run, 4 out of 5. For someone that hasn't, 3.5 out of 5. But I did enjoy it, and I'm looking forward to this comic. And finally, Earth 2, issue number 22, The Return of Green Lantern. Uh, yeah, Superman's still screwing stuff up. Lois Lane has finally, said, screw this, I'm going to confront my husband. And the team is just trying to get themselves back together. This is starting to look more and more like it's really Superman of Earth 2, especially how he reacts to Lois. Uh, the only bad I could say about this comic was Green Lantern was heavily promoted on the cover and the solicits, but he's only in the first few pages, so that's the downside. So this will get a 4 out of 5. But I really do like how Lois Lane is being portrayed, and she's my new favorite character from Earth 2. So that is a definite good thing. As for my Andrew Cutter picks of the week, goes to number 3 is Red Sonja and Cub. Like I said, it's a fun little romp. You don't have to know anything about Sonja going into this, and it's just a fun little comic. Oh, kind of a big comic because it's a one-shot. Number 2 goes to Detective Comics issue number 30. A new story arc, new place, new feel, new creatives. Is just new and is handled so very well. I'm really curious to see where this comic going. It makes you want more. At number 1, my Andrew Carter picks of the week goes to Red Sonja issue number 8. Um, the life and vitality that has been put into this character since her rebirth has been tremendous, and I get excited every time I read her now because I want to say with the last run, the last couple issues, I just didn't give a shit. But now it's looking good. In addition to that, I'm also going to be adding Flash Gordon, which is getting a number 1, and I'm also going to jump onto Vampirella because she's reissuing at number 1. So see how those go. So that is my comic load and pick of the weeks. What has been going on with me? Well, I finally beat Bravely Default, which was a fantastic game, and I'm not a big JRPG person, but it did a good job of bringing me in and making me want more from it. A little bit of a slow lull towards the middle, but besides that, it was a fun game. What else? I've pretty much collected all the new Pokemon from Pokemon X and Y, and I just beat Yoshi's New Island. So there we go. And in addition to that, I pretty much caught up with my backlog of games. The only games I really have left to catch up on is the Metal Gear Solid collection, HD collection, the Devil May Cry HD collection, Devil May Cry 4, Bayonetta, and Fallout New Vegas for my Xbox games, and then for my 3DS games, Luigi's Mansion, Professor Layton, and the Aztan Legacy, and Project X Zone. Oh, and Scribblenauts Max. So I'm starting to get caught up. I like that. I like the feeling of getting caught up. No Andrew Cutter Battle Royale for this week just because I haven't even thought of it. And oh boy, WrestleMania tonight. I haven't watched wrestling in over a year because I've just been so disgusted with it lately. But my buddy's having a WrestleMania party, so I said, hey, what the hell? I'll go. I will see what goes on. So I'm kind of interested to see what happens at WrestleMania. The only thing I really am invested in is the big Andre the Giant Battle Royale because I liked Andre the Giant. He was a larger than life individual, so I'm curious to see how that goes. But yeah, I mean, no Rock, I don't care really that much. Oh, speaking of the Rock, Hercules trailer. By bloody God, does that look good? Yes, I'm sure The Rock being in it does affect me a little, but oh my God, it just looks badass. I am pumped for the Hercules movie he's in. Great trailer. Godzilla's starting to look like it's better and better and better and better. And TMNT's trailer wasn't that bad. It's kind of odd to see the turtles not wear their traditional look, but you know what? I'm gonna give it a chance. Megan Fox says April O'Neil, I don't care about, but even TMNT's trailer wasn't that bad. But oh boy, Hercules. Oh, it looks so good. So I'm pumped for Hercules. That is true. Let's get into the questions and answers for this week. First, and I'm going to take these from the past two videos. First is Evil Mastermind. Since Teen Titans is getting canceled, do you think Tim should have his own book? I would like Tim to have his own book, but I don't think right now is the right time for Tim having his own book. I think it might get lost in the shuffle of all the Batman comics that are out there right now. And I want, seeing that Tim has been so divorced from the Batman universe, except for with a few crossovers, I think Tim needs to get resituated with Gotham and Batman's universe and find where his place is in it first before they commit to a comic. So have Tim go back to Gotham and do his own thing, and then reintegrate him into Gotham and then give him his own book. Because when I think of Tim now, I don't think of him as a Batman family member, although he is. I think of him as Teen Titans. But hey, shit happens. Andrew, this is Captain Marvel Thunder. Andrew, I did not hear what the percentage of the victory was for the battle. Mega Man versus Samus. Or for the one on this video. What are they? Yeah, I kind of dropped the ball on percentages. I'll start doing them again. My bad. Um, sorry. Next, Captain Marvel Thunder. Andrew, in one of your recent videos, you said that Red Sonja has not lost a fight yet. I heard that she lost to Lord Arco in Queen Sonja 8. Have you read the story, and is this still considered canon? Now, the reason why I said that is because the new Red Sonja comics is kind of a new universe, for lack of a better term. Red Sonja has lost a few fights, and that is true. She did lose to Lord, I can't even pronounce his name, and Queen Sonja number 8. By the way, if you want a good set of stories, read the Queen Sonja stuff. She was all ready to give herself to him and all that, and then shit gets real and something goes wrong, and you have to read it. But Red Sonja has lost before to a man. But certain circumstances has always prevented her from continuing to give herself to that person. I think she's even lost to Conan before. I could be wrong on that. I haven't read all their crossovers. Although Gasimo's doing the Red Sonja Conan crossover. But that story is no longer canon as far as I can see because the way it works is either this. Gasimo said, screw it, I'm going to do my own stuff with Red Sonja, or this just part of the resurrection story for Red Sonja. So this incarnation of Red Sonja, which I based the death battle on and based everything else on, is a new incarnation who, as far as I can see, hasn't really lost a battle, at least not to a man. So, moving on. Captain Marvel Thunder, Battle Royale suggestion, Black Panther versus Braun Tiger. Definitely take that into consideration. Joshua Hayes, I personally read Legend of the Dark Knight's issues, and it has a few pitfalls, but I can tell you this. The first collection is well worth picking up. Chock full of great short stories. Okay. Nick Lenz, was that a reply? Okay. Nick Lenz, hey Andrew, 4 questions for you. First, did you ever read the recent Legend of the Dark Knights? Oh, that's what Joshua Hayes is replying to. Silly me. Read the recent Legend of the Dark Knights starting in 2012. Second, of all the default Batman stories, which do you miss the most? All the default Batman stories. Third, have you ever watched Gokū Ranger or Gosage Super Sentai 199 Great Hero Battle? Saban is using footage for the movie Legacy War episode coming up. Fourth, if Robbins goes to another ongoing title, who would you like to see write and draw it? So, to answer your first question, I have not read the recent Legend of the Dark Knight 2012 series, only because it's not in continuity and I think each issue is like a 3.99, so I just wasn't invested. Second, I don't know what you mean by default Batman story or default Batman series. Just elaborate a little bit more. Third, have I ever watched the 99 Great Hero Battle? I have, actually. I was curious to see what it was about, watched it. It was good, but I just felt as though the Rangers defeated the 99 really quickly and really easily. But besides that, it was a good battle. It was a good movie. I do watch some of the Sentai from time to time. And then lastly, if Robin got another ongoing title, who would I like to see write it and draw it? Write it. You know what? I wouldn't mind good old Chuck Dixon coming back for another run and draw it. Uh, Actually, better yet, move Chuck Dixon out. Have Francis Manapul and Brian Buccellato go on there. I remember them once going on to do art for Superboy, and they had Tim Drake as Red Robin in there, and I thought the art really well defined him. So it wouldn't be bad to see those two jump on the book, especially since they just got into Detective Comics. Wink, wink. Oh, excuse me. Walden Killzone 11, longtime viewer here. Oh, thank you. Question: what trades are you intending on picking up in the future, and are you going to review them? Yeah, once I start making more money, I'm going to try to pick up some more trades, and I'm going to try to pick up some more of the new 52 stuff, mainly Batman, Wonder Woman, and Justice League. So, will I review them? Probably. I do want to get some big collections, and I kind of want to read Sandman because a lot of people talk about it, and I have not read it yet. Billy Bob. Red costume Mr. Fantastic reminds me of Plastic Man. I like black and red on Johnny though. Yeah, Johnny does pull it off a little bit better than everyone else, but the blue still looks better on. I think the blue and black, and then blue and white, and then white and black. Anyways, Captain Marvel Thunder. Hey Andrew, what do you think about Batman having the no kill rule? And didn't he really break the rule in Batman Begin when he killed Ra's al Ghul, and Batman the Dark Knight when he killed Harvey Dent? Concerning Ra's al Ghul's death, I know he said he was just not going to save him, but aiming your friend Gordian and directing him to blow up a tracks and then beating up Ra's al Ghul and pinning him to the train until it's not possible for him, and it looks like it got cut off. Oh no, read more. Beating him up, pinning him, making it possible for him to escape sounds awfully like killing someone to me. Not saying I believe that he did what was wrong necessarily. It just seems the whole not going to save you is a bit of a cop out. What are your thoughts? Also, if Batman doesn't like guns, why does he use them on his bicycle? First is I and didn't really break the rule. Okay. First of all, is when it comes down to him not breaking the rule in Batman Begins, I do believe also with you that it's a bit of a cop out. Um, I think the methodology that they not methodology. I think the idea that they were going with is if Ra's al Ghul was as good as he was, he should have been able to get out of the train, and Batman wasn't going to save him because maybe Ra's al Ghul could have got on his own, or maybe Christopher Nolan's Batman is a little bit more of an asshole. That's possible. Uh, it's definitely a big gray area topic, which I don't know if I have given enough thought to really touch upon. Even Harvey Dent's death, I really haven't given too much thought upon. I like to think maybe he didn't intend to kill Harvey Dent, and that's what happened. And he's okay with it because he saved two innocent kids because of it. But with those movies, there's a lot of gray area that I just, it's hard to kind of maneuver around. I try to not think about it so that way it doesn't bother me. Okay. A Jackson 100 Majin Buu versus Superman. I will take it into account. Lone Wolf. Andrew, you are the man. Oh, well, thank you. I was wondering, have you played Jedi Knight 2? And if so, did you like it? Oh, and I think a good battle royale would be Vader versus Shredder. That's an interesting battle royale. Both of them have very stylized helmets. I have not played Jedi Knight 2. I like a lot of Star Wars games, but I haven't been able to hit all of them. Felipe19991. Hey Andrew, good to know that you keep in contact with your roots. I have a question. Do you think Green Arrow's character is turning into the character? Oh wait. Do you think Green Arrow's character is turning into character doesn't look like Batman, at least on comics? Also, I read that one of your favorite DC heroes, Booster Gold, is getting a solo book. First, for the first question, I don't quite understand. Do I think Green Arrow's character is turning into a character that doesn't look like Batman, at least on comics? Are you asking, do I think Green Arrow's character is turning into similarly Batman? If so, if that's the case, no, I don't think so. But I'm not sure if I understood the question. Second is that I know Booster Gold's getting his own solo book. No, I did not, and that's fantastic. Please send me the link that you found this information so I can read up on it. Because I love Booster Gold. He is boosterific. Green Arrow Hunter. Hey Andrew, why do you think the Legion of Superheroes has not turned into a big franchise in DC always hoped? Because future books are just tough to handle. And plus, the characters aren't overly that interesting, at least on their own. Captain Marvel Thunder Battle Royale suggestion: Batman versus Darth Vader. Captain Marvel Thunder. Question, not counting Batman and Superman, which five superheroes have the best rogue galleries? And not counting large teams like Justice League, Teen Titans, or Avengers. Spider-Man has a fantastic rogue gallery. Um, Flash has a great rogue gallery. Who else? Green Lantern has a pretty good rogue gallery. X-Men is a team, so you can't do them. Wolverine does not have a really good rogue gallery. Wonder Woman's rogue gallery is pretty good. It's maybe not well known as the others, but it's still pretty good. And who has a good rogue gallery? Yeah, I don't know if I can think of a fifth one off the top of my head without going into teams, because teams are pretty prevalent. So, moving on. Ex Valis. I don't know how she looks now, but back in the day when she was on Xena, Lucy Lawless would have been the perfect Wonder Woman. Also, I never gave a shit about Green Arrow, but the show Arrow is quickly making me a fan. Is the comic book Arrow anything like the TV counterpart? Because now I'm considering getting into the Arrow comic. And lastly, what are your thoughts on Project Morpheus's Sony attempt for virtual reality? Do you think it will be a gimmick or could it actually change the future of gaming? If you want to see what Lucy Lawless looks like now, just look up Spartacus. She's in that TV show all the time. Nude half the time, too, having sex with people. But Lucy Lawless has aged actually surprisingly very well. When did Xena get off the air? 2000s? Early 2000s? So it's been 10 years. Lucy Lawless was very young when she started Xena, too. So, um, as for the Arrow TV show and you wanted to get in the comic, jump on when Jeff Lemire and Andrea Sorrentino jump onto the title. It's very similar to the TV show, but it does, I mean, it's different too. The TV show does go into a separate path and take very big liberties with the product material, but if you like the whole going back to the island and All these characters showing up that are unique and tied into Oliver and a big conspiracy going on, then I think you'll like it. And it's a fun comic. Get into Green Arrow. As for Project Morpheus, Sony's attempt for virtual reality, I have not read into it. I mean, I think it's always good to try to innovate and change, but I don't know how that will work out. So we'll see. We're just barely touched into more motion controls. Let's focus on those and hammering those down first before we take the next step. Captain Marvel Thunder. Hey, Andrew Cutter Battle Royale suggestions. Since you have a great knowledge and a big fan, Batman and Snake Eyes. Why not them? I'll take that in account. And then X Valis. One more thing. So Nightwing's identity is now compromised, and his comic is ending. Explain how it wouldn't be so obvious to use Batman as Bruce Wayne, because Bruce Wayne said that he was funding Batman, so everyone thinks Bruce Wayne is funding Batman. Plus, in multiple times, Batman and Bruce Wayne have been in the same place at the same time, thanks to the likes of um, Superman helping out. But in addition to that, it's comics. I mean, I'm sure it's going to bite Bruce Wayne in the ass, but it's not above the realm of reality that Bruce Wayne's ward decided to work on the Batman Inc. project. Just saying. So that's the first set of questions. We just have a few more real quick. I did an upload video to talk about me not being, or an update video, talk about me not getting well and putting up videos. Let's see if any of them, let's see. Carcraft7 said awesome Green Ranger daggers. Thank you. I do love the Green Ranger daggers. It's pretty awesome. Buy it if you can find it because it is great. Um, Douchebag 612. Oh, it's answering what I mean by dropping stuff from Puchbiachara. Nick Lenz. Hey, Andrew, one question for you. What Marvel comics are you dropping? I kind of answered that. So there you go. Douchebag 612. Greed. Oh. Clock Nova wants me to get a new camera already, and then Douchebag 612 agrees that I'll get more views. I don't do this for views, so I don't really care. I do this because I enjoy doing it. And two, if you want to give me the money and pay my rent and pay my bills and pay my car loan and pay off my car, then by all means, I'll buy a new camera. How about you pay for my comics and my food and all the other stuff I have to pay for? And don't give me that thing, well, here's some cheap cameras you guys can get. Yes, I know there's cheap cameras out there, but the $80 that I can pay on a cheap camera to make everything look good, I can spend on paying off bills. So what's more important to me? And I'm not trying to be an asshole. I'm just saying I'm not going to get a new camera when I have so many other expenses. Andrew, are you keeping She-Hulk? This is Tom Pollock. Yes, I am. For now. Uh, Batman 22, great. Get Well Man, highly recommend Frank Miller's, Brian Bendis' Ed Brubaker's Daredevil in that order. It's like reading a stripped down Batman like Year One or Monster Man, sort of. Get better soon, get better soon. So it seems like that's the total of the questions and answers. So yes, it's good to be back. I have nothing else to say. If you have any questions or answers, just post them down below, and I will pick a new battle royale for next week. So that said, I'm going to end this review here. This is Andrew saying, peace out for now.